Welcome to another Junk Journal Snacks episode in this crazy journal from Nadia. As always, Nadia's Instagram will be linked below. I've already picked out my page and I need to put a whole another journal under this so it's halfway manageable. My inspiration for today's page is this adorable card that I received from my friend Petra. Hello, Petra. I met Petra at the Art Journal Festival in Vienna, and she kindly sent me this card. And check this out. Ta-da! It's like a big mouth opening. And I love this. Isn't this absolutely gorgeous? So Petra is a very talented artist and she has her own YouTube channel as well. It is German and I'm going to link it for you below. She has a lot of really short and fun videos showing some fun techniques, and I think she needs more support than she's getting. So she's just recently started uploading more, so show her some love if you speak German. Check out her channel, it's definitely worth it. So I decided I want to do something like this in this journal. I'm choosing this paper to use. This is just a coffee dyed paper. I think I added some watercolor and obviously some stamping here. You take whatever you want. I wanted to take a paper that is similar to these two papers. And we need a square to make this work. So the height is perfect because it's the same height as my pages. Nope, having said that, that's not true because the pages are not lined up. So it should only be, let me think about this. It's fine because I'm not gluing it here at the end. No, totally fine. So I will take the whole height of my A4 paper and now I need to make a square. And of course you all know how to make a square. I'm just going to fold this corner up. And then I'm going to take my scissors and cut this part off. If you want your square to be bigger, maybe you have some beautiful origami paper that you could use, which is what Petra does in her video tutorial. So I will link that tutorial for you as well because it's really cute. She shows you how she makes these cards basically. Okay, so we have our square. We already have one of the folds that we need. So now we just fold the other diagonal. And we open it again, so we have these 4 sections now. Then we need to fold it in half. And then we need to fold in these triangles. So we have 2 solid triangles on the top and the bottom here, and we have 2 smaller triangles on each side. We're going to take these smaller triangles and fold them inward, like that, on both sides so that we have a triangle. So we have this now, very simple. Next, we take the corners, the bottom corners of the triangle, and fold them along the bottom line to the middle. And you can see where the middle is because you can peek and see where your fold is. So you just do that on both sides. 1 and 2. And then we turn it around. We do the same thing on the other side. Here it's easy because you can just match up those lines. 1 and 2. Okay, so this kind of looks like a little house now. And now we completely open this thing up like this. And now all we need to do is these small squares that we have on each of our corner now, we just fold the crease inward instead of how it is now outward. So we just fold it in, basically collapsing the square to the inside. You do all 4 of those. So you just fold it in. And the last one. Like that. actually like this. So now you have a house again, but the corners are folded in. So it should look like this. So then when we glue this to our pages, we're just going to glue the top on both sides. And when we open it, ta-da, we have this very cool thing. This already looks super cool, but my idea was to make like a little collage or a little artsy page that basically spills out of this paper onto the other two pages. So what I mean is the one side is going to be glued on this page. The other side here, the top, is going to be glued on this page. So when we open this, and of course it would be helpful if we could open the journal further, then we could have a collage that extends on both sides here. We just have to make sure that it's centered as well. So I considered attaching this with washi tape first and then making my collage and then gluing it in. But I actually think it might make more sense to glue it in right away and then to make the collage, which might turn out to be a huge mistake. So I'm putting glue here. I'm putting this to the middle of my page. Yep, that works. And then I'll put glue here. And I'm making sure that this tip here is where my crease is. And then we'll glue that on this page. So now I can open it. I can already see that I shouldn't put anything which is like more than I would say a copy paper onto these 4 folds because they need to go in. It would probably be better to just add like stamping and paint and stuff because I'm afraid anything going over that won't fold well. But this is super thin tissue paper, so I think this should be okay because that will fold. Now I'm thinking I should have collaged before I put this on. We're just going to go for it. So I'm going to do this with matte medium, which I'm hoping is the right decision. And I just tore it in the middle. Oh well, I guess that's just as well. That should make it easier. Okay, I dried this with my heat gun and this is very quickly becoming very fragile here in the middle. So I need to be careful of that spot. So I have some more collage fodder here. I'll add a strip of that same style on this side to balance it out a little bit. This is also a great opportunity to use some washies. These are all Tim Holtz. I'm not sure which set. Again, I'm going to add them with matte medium. I do not trust them to stick on their own over time. They don't even want to stick with the matte medium. Love this one. So I'm kind of just sticking to this here. And I figure as long as I stick to the areas where there's no creases, if I don't go over the creases too much, I should be okay. Then let's add a piece of this one. This one can overlap. They are very subtle, you can hardly see them, right? We add another one of this. Next, I want to add some stenciling. And I'm using my new favorite stencil that you've seen me use a lot from Studio Light. It's a grunge mask and it's the number SLGR Mask 16. And I'm going to use my Distress Oxide spray in frayed burlap. Again, I kind of want to go along this horizontal area. Oh yeah. And since the mask had a lot of ink on it, I just put that down on one of the white layers of a napkin and I can use that in another collage. And since I want to add some more wet media, and this is Distress Oxide, it would react with more liquids. So I'm going to add some matte spray film so that it won't move. So once that has dried, I can think about what focal points I want to add. And I went through my stash and I was thinking butterflies always work. And so I found these two. They might be from the Digital Collage Club, but I'm not 100% sure. I love the colors together with these colors, but the issue is that they don't stand out as much as I would like them to. So that's why I wanted to add some more wet media on top. I mean, on top of here, underneath the, not dragonflies, butterflies, which is my neon yellow. Azo Yellow Lemon from Amsterdam. This is acrylic ink. So I'm pretty sure if we add this underneath that the butterfly will stand out more. I think we need to help it with a little bit of water and make it run just a little bit to spread it out a little. I think that should do. Let's see. Oh yeah. And the same thing on the other side. We don't want it to go into the middle because it will just make the middle soggy and make it tear more easily. We don't want that. Okay, adding some here. A little bit of water and making it move. Nope, not that much. The struggles of having a fat journal. While that dries, I want to also add some of this neon yellow to the butterflies to make them pop a bit more. So these have dried and I think they look a lot better now. So let's add them to our page. This has dried as well, and you see this has run down here, but actually I really like how that turned out as well. One thing I'm worried about with acrylic inks and paint, they always tend to stick. So I'm worried if I close this, then they will stick together and eventually they will tear the page when I try to open them. So to prevent that, I'm going to just use a piece of a candle and rub it over. You could also just use some baby powder. Yeah, this is now super smooth and I'm sure that will work. I'll also be sure to do that in the middle here. So let's add our butterflies. Oh, look how nicely they pop now. I love it. How cool does that look? Just one more thing I want to add underneath, and that's just some bunched up black thread. I want to see what it looks like if I just roll it over 3 fingers. Yeah, that's almost too small. So I'll try again with 4 fingers. Okay, that's already bunched up. That's fine. We can use that to our advantage. Yes, that looks awesome. I think it will look more dynamic if we move them a little bit. Yeah, that's much better. Should they be facing each other maybe? Yep, I like that even better. Okay, I will glue these down using my 3-in-1 glue. And I'm just gluing the middle of the butterfly. Then I also want to add a sentiment. I haven't used these in a long time. These are word stickers by 7 Dot Studio, and these are called Fortune Teller. This is the number in case you want to check those out. I've had these for many, many years. And there's one here that is jumping at me, which says, spread your wings. That's just perfect. I'm just going to cut down the ends and ink those up. Going to use the frayed burlap to match with the ink that I used. It doesn't really matter. I don't think anybody's going to see that. I will add some glue because I don't trust stickers. I have a trust issue. Where do we put this? Obviously not over any creases. Ooh, how about right there? Okay, and lastly, we need some splatters in white. So it's the next day. Obviously everything has dried completely. So let's have a look at what it would look like if we just casually flip through our crazy journal and then we just happen to stumble upon that page. Ta-da! I love it. It's so cool. And it's completely smooth. There's no sticking because of the candle wax. And it folds perfectly. How fun is this? Petra, thank you so much for this inspiration. Vielen, vielen Dank, liebe Petra. Das hat so viel Spaß gemacht. Yeah, so hope to see you back here for the next one. So go play, have fun. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah.